Thanks for staying with us. I'm Jesse Waters in for Bill O'Reilly. And in the Factor follow-up segment tonight, the crisis at the southern border. According to the Washington Post, the Obama administration is preparing to deport the families who've illegally surged across the border since last year. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
We have to make a whole new set of standards. And when people come in, they have to come in.
So you're going to split up families.
Chuck,
you're going to deport children.
Chuck, no. We're going to keep the families together. We have to keep the families together.
But you're going to keep them together out?
But they have to go.
What if they have no place to go?
We will work with them. They have to go.
Joining us now to analyze from San Diego, syndicated columnist Ruben Navarrete. And from Boston, Jessica Vaughn from the Center for Immigration Studies. So, Ruben, I mean, they're going in with armed teams, they're raiding these homes, they're ripping families away and sending them home. Sounds a lot like the same plan Trump had, isn't it? What's Obama doing?
So it's not really the same Trump plan at all, Jesse. It's business as usual for the Obama administration. They've deported 400,000 people a year for 7 years, almost 3 million people at this point. And I think what the difference with Trump is Trump has actually talked about building a wall with a door in it so people can come back. When Obama sends people, it's one way. They don't come back. He doesn't want them to come back. So I think that Donald Trump fundamentally is against illegal immigration, but supports the idea of letting some of these people come back legally the right way. That's not what Obama's proposing.
Well, there haven't been that many deportations. I have to correct the record on that. I mean, yes, 400,000 4 years ago. But that's been cut in half just last year in 2015, just over a little 200,000. Okay, so the deportations are way down under the last 4 years, and also criminal deportations also way down in the last year. So I don't know if Obama's really ramping up the deportations as some people like to claim. How do you see it?
So, Jesse, the criminal deportations, you have to be careful with the terminology the administration uses. Someone's committed a crime when they come back into the country after being deported once. In fact, it's a felony. If you're deported and you return, it's a felony, so they call you a felon and a criminal. And I think the Obama administration from the beginning, because it's tried to have its cake and eat it too, and be both compassionate and tough when necessary, it's used these terms interchangeably. It's tried at various times to argue that it's deporting only criminals, when in truth, when audits have been done at Syracuse University and elsewhere, we find out that they're getting rid of nannies and housekeepers and gardeners. And so, I've never trusted the administration. The administration has shown itself to be morally bankrupt and dishonest when dealing with immigration from day one. And it wasn't just 4 years ago. They have been moving hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants out of this country to placate that element of the Democratic Party that nobody ever talks about, that wants to get rid of these people because they represent competition for jobs. So the blue-collar Americans who want them gone, this is your administration. They're doing it for you.
Jessica, you know how I would end deportations? Wouldn't need them. You want to know why? Secure the border. If you have a secure border, you don't have to let people in and then send them home. They stop at the border and they come in through the regular legal process. What do you think about that?
Well, Ruben's right that we shouldn't trust the administration on this so-called proposal, that it's not clear it's even been approved, but he's completely wrong about the state of enforcement. The statistics that you mentioned are a much more accurate picture of what's been happening. I think we should all be very skeptical that the Obama administration is ever going to deport any of the Central Americans who've arrived in this surge that has been caused by their catch-and-release policy at the border. That's what's been happening. These people never should have been allowed to come in the country to begin with. They've been a huge burden on the communities that have had to absorb them. And, we're talking about this administration releases tens of thousands of criminal aliens every year, and they expect us now to believe that they're going to go door to door rounding up women and children. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that this is all about trying to look as if they're serious about enforcement without actually having to do
Why
something.
Are they trying to look? Why are they trying to look serious about enforcement? When has the president ever cared about looking serious about enforcement? In fact, I mean, since he took office, he stopped work on the border wall. He basically encouraged more illegal immigration by giving amnesty and peeling back the Border Patrol from the border. And now he turns around and starts deporting people. I don't understand the president's border policy. Can you make any sense of that, Ruben?
No, I can't. I mean, again, I said he's trying to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to be compassionate and tough. He's fooled Latinos into thinking he's in their corner. he fools blue-collar union workers into thinking he's in their corner. It's impossible to be in both corners at the same time because those interests are opposed on this issue. But your point is well taken as to the fact that the administration, who exactly are they trying to fool here? They have thumbed their nose at conservatives and the majority of the country on issue after issue. If you believe Jessica, they are going out of their way in this massive PR effort to somehow come off as good guys on an immigration issue where they've never come off as good guys to anybody. It just doesn't make sense.
You know who's really upset about this? Hillary. Hillary has now come out and said, you know, this is draconian. I'm very concerned about the president's deportation plan. It's very alarming, breaking up families. I mean, up is down, left is right. I don't know what's going on. Do you guys understand?
Well, there is one group that they're trying to, the administration is interested in impressing, and that's the Supreme Court, which they would very much like it if the Supreme Court would review the outcome of the states who have sued the administration over their unconstitutional legalization program. And part of their case is that they are actually enforcing the law, and so that this legalization is necessary. So, you know, and the Fifth Circuit was very skeptical that there has been much immigration enforcement going on. There hasn't been. And so now they may be trying to portray themselves as actually serious about enforcing the law. But I don't think anybody's going to be fooled.
I mean, if I was to look back and think to myself that Hillary would be criticizing Obama for deporting too many people, I'd think I'd be nuts. Jessica Rubin, thanks.